mean, we come to this topic of accelerating payroll transformation with AI, and I think the emphasis on payroll cannot be understated, more so in the current crisis. So, the show must go on. I think that's what it is. So, anybody who's actually managing payroll is probably the most valuable member of the team. Anybody who oversees payroll, because whatever comes, the payout has to happen on time. So it's a very difficult function, a very demanding function. And today we have, like Alan mentioned, Shai from Accenture, and we're very happy to have her in our midst today to share her thoughts also. And she probably manages the second largest headcount for Accenture worldwide. So it's a very, very huge task. And Accenture, as we all know, is one of the most admired IT companies. So thanks, Shai, for joining us and for making sure that all the payouts happen on time. We also have Wish with us. So Wish has been, with Ramco, and he oversees the entire payroll services for different customers. So close to 3.5 to 4 million payslips is what Wish has under his remit across the globe. So welcome, a very warm welcome to both of you. And on this note, probably I will just start off by asking Shai to talk a little bit about Accenture in Philippines and what you do. We've heard a lot. It's one of the best names, in the industry. Everybody wise to join it. So, the brand, the ethos, the culture. So can you explain or talk a little bit about Accenture in Philippines?
Sure. Thank you, Ramas. Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is safe with their families nowadays. So Accenture has been in the Philippines for more than 30 years. So we are one of the largest and most diversified IT and BPO companies to date locally. We have more than around 55,000 employees across our technology operations and our internal functions teams. And we are spread across 21 facilities across Manila, Cebu, and Ilocos, servicing around 400 clients located in Yala, North Americas, as well as in APAC.
Thanks, Shai. Just a quick one. I mean, Accenture has grown more than 100x in the past years, and that's quite a rapid growth. Can you also share the vision and how you see its evolution? You reach to a particular place. How do you evolve from here, considering the challenges that we are facing today, the macro environment challenges? Plus, how do you manage to keep pace with this growth?
So definitely we had to grow with the times. So that's where we need to innovate. Over the last few years, we have taken bold strategic actions to transform the nature of our services. So we stepped away from just being a cost-efficient center, but putting in more focus on the innovation bit.
Great, Shai. I think innovation is one of the key pillars. I think digital transformation and innovation are the key moving forward for many companies. But in your experience today, we are faced with one of the biggest challenges, in these COVID times. So, what do you think, is required, from an organizational perspective, to manage this, to tackle this, and to overcome this?
Our vision of this is looking at several aspects in the organization. So yes, it's tools. Yes, it's network. Yes, it's planning, and definitely the culture and behavior. So in a elastic digital workplace, there is a pervasive skill of use of cloud-based collaboration across multiple business ecosystem. Given that Accenture is also located in different countries, and we do have a lot of teams that we need to work with. Now, another aspect in the elastic digital workplace is, I think, one of the most important things. which would be around culture. So we need, as an organization, collectively engage with a digital workplace change management and adoption experts. Um, we want these experts to help our people to migrate to new ways of working. Definitely, the normal is no longer the normal. There is going to be the new normal. So we need to help our people to find new effective ways of working in a remote environment. And to effectively do this, I think establishing a culture needs to start from our senior leadership for any organization. So always lead from the front. They should Our senior leadership should be able to observe these new ways of working by moving away from emails. I mean, just relying on them solely. Instead, we see senior leadership using collaboration tools to actually do the work. So instead of just say sending a file to a colleague to have them updated, why don't you use Microsoft Teams to exchange that information instead of sending emails back and forth? So I think that's how we see the elastic digital workplace as we go through this pandemic.
Great, Shai. Thanks. Some very good insights on the elastic digital workplace. At this juncture, I would just like to call upon Vish also, and probably Vish, can you also share your thoughts in terms of the impact of service delivery amidst this pandemic? How did you manage it, and what were your thoughts?
Sure, Ramas. So with the COVID situation, which has affected most of the organization across the globe, outsourcing payroll was proved to be the best way in achieving what we talk about as an elastic digital workplace. In relation to this, from a Ramco side, we had created 2 years back a virtual desktop infrastructure model wherein employees are the processors or the associates will get connected to the application using a virtual desktop. So when I just talk about virtual desktop, the desktop will not have any storage media, and it will not have any data which will be locally stored, and there are no connections on any external drives. So to that extent, first and foremost, when this lockdown happened, people were able to easily carry their thin clients to their home so that they are not affected, all are hardened, and these thin clients enable them to access the application. So that's a first step which came in handy for us when this lockdown was announced. We didn't have much time, so we had only 2 days of time, and that's what the government gave to us. And within that, we need to quickly work on an alternate and move forward. So this is a first step which we took, which was pretty helpful. The second and important aspect is the technology that runs the payroll engine. And we have a evergreen platform. And 4 years back, we started doing a lot of automation. And what we talk about AI and ML today is something which is already being developed as part of our R&D center. And we've been delivering more and more tools on the cloud itself. The whole application is hosted on the cloud. So when people took their virtual desktop to their home and got connected from there, they were able to get connected to the cloud and start the work. So there's absolutely no disruption in terms of the application to be reconfigured, need to get reset at their home. Nothing was there. It was a seamless movement from office to home. There were a lot of requests. There were a lot of requests which are coming in from various customers to prepone the payroll, and we were still able to do it because we know for sure whether the pandemic hits or whatever disruption happens, the payment to the employees is a key deliverable that needs to be taken care. So with this model, without any disruption, we were able to manage close to 100 plus customers spread across, say, 45 countries and close to 350,000 pay slips we delivered. This is our new normal.
Yeah, happy to know that this was managed well. Shai, coming back to you, what do organizations need to do, particularly in a managed services environment, managed payroll, given this new normal? Any thoughts, how organizations should evolve?
Yep. So a key critical item is enabling or updating our workplace practices. I touched on culture just a few minutes back. So just to reiterate, Accenture is accustomed to collaborating remotely. So it could be a paradigm shift for some organizations. So again, there needs to be tools and coaching opportunities for our leaders to create that environment to help their people to adapt to new ways of working. So I won't be touching too much around culture and adoption. Elastic collaboration speaks of finding the right partner. So, for example, focus on building and creating a wide network to enable a cross business enablement, which includes not just your organization, but finding the right business partners. So in this case, Accenture chose to partner with Ramco. Ramco has provided an automated delivery of our payroll services. Um, this allowed us to add that additional layer of resiliency. Given that, of course, given these times, digital is the core as we progress towards the new normal, and having the right partners with the right focus on innovation would certainly help transform your own organization. And again, Ramco, when they provided that solution to us, provided us with a platform organization that allowed us to cater to any business model. So we're not they're not only delivering or helping us with services, but again, we partnered with them to have a automated platform to deliver our payroll. So that business model allows us even in the future to change with the times, especially with the ever changing business landscape. So I think that's where the criticality of having an expanded collaboration. All of this doesn't have to happen within your organization. You need to have those strategic partners. Uh, Seamless networking talks about your VPN capability. For Accenture, we provide our employees with prescriptive guidance on broadband connectivity and options and packages, given that internet has always been a challenge in the Philippines. So we are on the forefront of providing that information to our employees. And of course, partnering again with multiple companies that we work with, like Ramco, to provide that connectivity solution. So we're not reaching out or giving information to Ramco via your traditional ways. No? So we have automated that where we have a seamless delivery and connectivity between the two companies to ensure that automated delivery is in place. Um, Distributed continuity talks about uh, monitoring and assessing real-time information, including uh, your BCP is no longer your usual BCP. Definitely, you need to include pandemic planning in your strategy and focus on the network that you have. Expand those partners to ensure that that additional layer of resiliency is higher. So they need your partners needs to match the resiliency that you foresee that is needed in your organization. I hope
Great.
that answers your question.
Great. Yes, Shai, it does. One more question I had as a follow-up was there are a lot of companies who are now, post-pandemic also looking at embracing more of an outsourcing model. Companies who had in-house are also, looking at outsourcing. So, what are your thoughts? Can you share a little bit of why Accenture went in for an outsourcing model, and what are the benefits that you saw of going?
I think definitely partnering with Ramco as we evaluate their capabilities was again innovation and digital was number one in Accenture priority. So matching or finding someone to match that vision is definitely the core reason why we ended up choosing to partner with Ramco. We expect that the delivery would be efficient as well. So it's going to bring in that efficiency and resiliency to the organization, including the agility that we are looking for as we grow the business, given that we do have a history of growing in exponential speed as well.
I completely second what Shai shared about the technology and how they chose Ramco. And then it's common across most of our customers why they choose us. So I would like to just share a small story on behalf of our global multinational customers who typically start their engagement with one country. So let's say one country, say Philippines, they start up with one country rollout, and they set up all the automation which is required on an end-to-end basis in a seamless way. And once they set up with one country, with Ramco having its own platform and having its own compliances for more than say 45 countries, moving across various countries and expanding to other countries will become more seamless. And also it gives a lot of learning for the organization, how to get aligned with a single platform provider. Today, if you want to choose a partner who can support you well, they need to always get aligned with the aggressive growth plans and also the changes in the strategy which the customers are looking out for. Is the organization which is going to partner with you are really having that wherewithal to expand is what they need to look for. So from that perspective, the major differentiator is we are not an aggregator in the market. We have our own platform, and it's a global platform, and it's local compliance. When I talk about global platform and local compliance, we will ensure that the compliance in the respective countries covering your social security and taxation are taken care. So we have close to 45 countries we cover, and we keep releasing new countries every quarter. And we would like to just have this blue spots across the globe. And that's our vision, and that's where we are expanding to. So what you see here, east of Turkey, we are almost there in every place. And you can see Philippines as one of the early ones which we have been working in that country for quite some time.
Shai, back to you. Quick thought we wanted from your side on the future of work in shared services. Your thoughts around that?
So for Accenture, we see three fundamental elements in transforming or getting into that intelligent enterprise. Again, first off, agility and resilience. So we need to create an environment where our people are safe. Again, people similar to other companies, Accenture, our people is our very core. So yes, there's technology, but we do put a high emphasis on our people, and we need to make them feel safe, connected, and seen. So in the new normal, we see physical distancing as a new normal, but definitely not social distancing. So we're still going to connect with our people constantly and just do and prioritize on the physical distancing. I think some of our HR speakers also touch on this, but I want to also elaborate on the culture of flexible and personalized working arrangement. It's true that since you're working from home, you'll have kids, you'll have dogs, you'll have people around you, and that is their space. You are working in their space. You are not in an Accenture office, so in a sense, we need to adapt to that personalized working arrangement to ensure that we build trust and agility in our people. So another aspect besides the people is making use of your command centers to manage the impact of COVID-19. So that includes your people, the movement of goods and services around your value chain. So next is you need to rethink your end-to-end value chain. Evaluate your partners. Again, this could be across your organization. You need to lean into your partners uh, and your ecosystem for insight and innovation. Again, your organization doesn't have to do it all alone. Uh, you need information has always been an important aspect in all organizations. So sharpen insights by connecting to different data across your organization, and try to consider identifying new data streams, because your conventional ways of getting information will now fail in the new normal. We need to look at trying to source out information in other ways. Example, social media. Social media gives us real-time information instead of getting reports here and there from other partners. So try to get your data somewhere else, which provides you that real-time information. Lastly, try to reimagine the ways we work together and partner. Again, if your current partners are not aligned with um, your strategy in the next coming months, years, as we build that resiliency with the current situation right now, this is a good time to build those new partnerships so that these partners, again, referencing to Ramco as Accenture's partner, to drive that innovation within our organization. And we need to leverage on analytics to manage our demand and supply, and as well as our overall productivity.
Great, thanks for those insights. Vish, quickly over to you. Any other examples or thoughts that you would like to cover in terms of how artificial intelligence or automation is helping customers increase efficiencies?
We have been infusing these kind of automations for quite some time now. And if I can just talk about the end-to-end delivery, especially from a payroll perspective, it's a journey. And we have automated every touch point wherever we need to get the operational efficiency. We are completely moving away from a man-driven process from an automated driven delivery. That's where we are in. And if you just see the slide here, so we're talking about a 3-day calendar for an end-to-end delivery, and that is achievable once we start automating each and every step. And the journey which we start with any customer with one country on the platform is, let's collect the data at source only once. And that's how we'll have to start moving towards the automation journey. And the more the customers come forward and then partner with us, I think the best they get the power of our automation, which is infused into the application itself.